Hi and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and it's time to de-kit my Doggies painting. Now my case has got a little bit dirty. I've actually figured out what it is, because at first I was like, have I just caught it on something? No. I have put this on a shelf under my desk waiting to be de-kitted because June waffle. Therefore I haven't had my de-kitting videos in between, and therefore I like to space my de-kitting videos out to keep variety, but I seem to have done a lot of PaintGem minis in June, so this was popped as a completed under my desk, ready to do in what is now August. Anyway, so this has been waiting to be de-kitted, and I put it on a shelf that I then put the postal scales on, which of course I am getting every day from Monday to Friday, pulling them out, and the little rubber feet on the bottom of it have marked it. So I am going to give this a wash later, so stay tuned for when I kit up my next one. Hopefully this will be a lot cleaner, but for now I want to get the diamonds away. So I do have the paintings in the top. I did save the spaniel till last because it's the one that reminds me most of Luna, and I will get those popped away into their display book at a later date. What I want to do now is de-kit these diamonds. So the first thing, actually, no, let's do a bit of both. So first things first, I'm going to take out any diamonds that I will potentially be able to use for my Heaven and Earth Design mini painting. Now this Doggy set, I think, was the last one, maybe the last one that I had with that didn't come with PaintGem mini stickers. It actually came with an inventory sheet and I made stickers. It's the last of the old design packaging. I think all the other ones I have in my stash now are the new design packaging. So I'm going to have an entertaining time getting these bits of paper off, because my sticker maker currently has, I think, a permanent cartridge in it. I can't remember if it's permanent or removable. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit more entertaining to clean this up. But hey, I have to clean up the outside anyway. So it's going to be fun when I pop these in the display book. I will need to remember to pull up the website because it's not going to have... I don't have the piece of card with the names of them on the back because, of course, it didn't come in that packaging. So what I'm doing first is I'm just pulling out ones that I know are in here, because it's basically greys and things like that that are in my PaintGem, my Heaven and Earth Design mini. I'm just pulling out the greys, taking the labels off when I'm done so that they don't add to any confusion. I've seen, oh, let's do my 310 because I keep getting drawn to that. My eyes keep looking at it. My 310 just go in a big A5 mesh bag. It's not a holy mesh. It's a plastic mesh that you can, that diamonds won't fall out of. It's just part see-through and part mesh. So let's get those out. Might have to do some Goo Gone when I'm done, because I keep staring at those. I know 379 is in here, 762's in here, 415's in here. That's it, I think. So let's get these away. So 415, add to the little pot. Got a little bit of trash in the bottom of that one, so I've just bashed it on my desk and brushed it onto the floor. It'll get hoovered later, so what's the problem? I feel like I hoover in here pretty much every day. Feels like every day. It's probably more every other day, but it won't stay there for long, that's for sure. 762. So while I'm here, while I've sort of done, I'm just double checking in sort of while I'm chatting to you, whether I have any 169 or whether I have any 3072, which are the other two colours that I'm sort of collecting, but I don't. So that's easy enough. I've already done the 5200. And this PaintGem case holds 30 colours. So you can potentially, you know, either use 2 of them to kit up ones that have more than 30 colours. But because I have 3 PaintGem minis normally kitted up on the go, like some of them are waiting to be dekitted, and then some of them are kitted up and being done. I actually have 3 cases that I currently have dedicated to PaintGem minis. It's very occasionally I will have all 3 of them kitted up and not yet started, but more often than not they're in different stages of completion. So like I've got this one that's been waiting to be dekitted, the other 2 are kitted up and are part way through, and it just does this little cycle. Ready for it. Okay, so my Heaven and Earth design box is done. So now it's time to put away the rest of the spares. One of the benefits of having this PaintGem mini compared to my other case is I can actually take them all out, which means I can put them in the right order. So I've got 300s, 400s, then we've got 7s, 8s. Oh, that's a 7. See, I can do this now. 9s. Trying to put them in a rough order, but not being too precious. I might have to mess about with some as I go. 9s, and then they're all 8s or 3000s. 3700s, 3800s. So I'm going to leave them in there for a moment. But this makes it much easier when I come to my boxes now. I know I can go straight to my 300s and pop these away, because I know I don't have anything before the 300s, because I can pull them all out. Whereas when they're on the strip ones, I sort of have to keep checking as I go. So I do really like this case. I just don't know how, because like a 42 bottle case that would cover more of the PaintGem mini sets, because not many of them have more than 42 colours, I don't think. I think some might do. I'm trying to work it out from memory and I don't quite remember. But a 42 bottle case is actually quite a bit bigger. I feel like the 30 bottle case is nice because it is compact, and it does allow you to keep the paintings with it, etc. Which is what I like about my other storage as well. But I don't know how they could manage it with going for a 42 and trying not to make the case feel too big. But maybe they will. Maybe they won't, who knows. I just do like putting whatever PaintGem mini sets I can in this one. I actually have a queue for this case at the moment. So if anybody saw my kitting up, I think, was it my insects kitting up? Might have been the insects kitting up. I spun the decision wheel to pick which set to do, and it picked Doggies. But because Doggies is less than 30 colours, I kept it to one side and said, no, I want to put anything with less than 30 colours in my actual PaintGem case. I spun my decision wheel again and it picked Safari. And I was like, that's less than 30 colours. No, that's waiting. And then I spun it again and it picked Insects. I think it was that video that it did it on. So yeah, I have Safari ready and waiting to go into this case once it has been dekitted and I've popped them in the display book. But I am or have, depending on when you're watching this, depending on when this video goes live, I either am going to, or I have done, split my PaintGem mini decision wheels. So I'm going to have one decision wheel that has any paintings that have less than 30 colours. And then I'm going to have a decision wheel for anything that has more than 40 colours, more than 30 colours. So I can spin the wheel according to the case. And then I won't know what's coming next, because I've known that as soon as, I think it was Mandala was finished, I knew Doggies would be next, and then I knew Safari would be the next one after that. And it sort of spoils the surprise a little bit. Okay, next is my 700s to 900s case, my fullest of them all. So let's throw in a load more diamonds into this already full storage box. But this will be getting a revamp soon. Hopefully, by the time this is up and dekitted, I will be very close to, if not having finished, my Heaven and Earth Design massive project. Because when I finish that, I will be doing a storage sort of revamp and tidy up alongside the dekitting of my Heaven and Earth Design. I'm just going to make it all one project, all together over however many videos, and I will be filming it over however many weeks. Because as much as I'm excited to do the spare storage, I need to break it up to make sure that I enjoy the process. Otherwise, it will reach a certain point, probably past about an hour, and I'll be like, I'm over this. And I just won't want to finish it. Whereas if I spread it out from the beginning, week on week, and do it on video, because it's doing the video for you guys that often holds me accountable and makes me finish something, then yeah, it will just be a lot nicer, I think, to do, and you know, more enjoyable for me to be able to keep you guys company once a week doing something a little bit different, without you guys getting too bored of it either. Okay, 819, that is probably one of my fattest bags in here, because you can see it from above. If you can see it from above, it's probably got too many diamonds in it, especially when you can see it that clearly. Right, 838. This one should be bigger. Maybe this one's in my Heaven and Earth Design. Maybe that's why I've not got as many. And I'm definitely finding it easier to de-kit with the little pots. Even though I am having to screw the top on and screw the top off, I think being able to sort them into number order does make it a little bit quicker, which is kind of nice. Although I do still have the 3000s to go, so try and put those in the right order, just because it saves me counting up and then going back and counting back again. Another full bag, obviously a very popular colour. Well, it is a beautiful pink, is it not? This did things like Doggies' ears and Doggies' mouths and stuff. It's quite nice seeing some of these colours come out in different places. And we do have the bright 996, which of course did appear on a painting somewhere. So 977, another full bag. I think it's between my 900s and my 3800s as to which row is the fullest. and the hardest to put diamonds in and out of. I'm not quite sure which one, but I know I tend to fight with them every time I dekit. So I am really looking forward to revamping this storage, because I have done a lot of dekitting since June Waffle. I think I've probably had a breakdown video every week. So I'm definitely feeling the spare storage squeeze at the moment, more so than I probably would if there was a bigger gap between each one. Right, 7 to 900s are done. Pick up my 3000s off the floor. We have 3 7s and then the rest are 3 8s. So put them in sort of the right order, and let's get this dekitting boxed off. We have another colour. Question is this colour one that was in my Big Heaven and Earth design, or still is in my Big Heaven and Earth design, or is it a brand new one? That is the question. Let's have a look. I have my logbook here with my spares. 3706 is here. No, it is a brand new colour to me. So we have one brand new to me colour in 3706. This is not in my Heaven and Earth design. I do have it in round according to my logbook and my spares list, but I did not have it in square. So filling my gaps little bit by little bit, 5 years later, and I'm still working with colours that I have never used before. And I do still occasionally have a colour appear that I've never had in squares or rounds before. So it's quite nice. You do get a lot of them, of course, when you first start diamond painting. But once you've been diamond painting for a while, it can be quite nice finding a colour that you've not used before or not had before, and it appearing, and you can tick it on your little spares list and update that everything that you now have it, albeit only a small amount, but you have it, and that's what matters. If you ever run out on a future painting, you will have some spares. Right, just wiping the tops of the bottles as much as I can, just to see if I can get away without using Goo Gone. Though if I do need to use Goo Gone, I have it handy. So 3855. Let's throw that one in. Oh, we're nearly there. And then I get to maybe have a little bit of a break from a dekitting. I think I've got a large painting that needs dekitting actually. Oh well, maybe I don't quite get a break from dekitting yet. But I do get to pop these cute little dogs in a display book. Will be an upcoming video. I love that one because it just sort of, quite often breaking down a kit is sort of the finishing point, the finale for a painting. Because my 30 by 40s, I put them on my display book card when I dekit them, because it's only one picture, one lot of double-sided tape. But when it comes to PaintGem minis, it's more of a process. It's an enjoyable process, but it's more of a process. So to me, it's a different step in the process, popping it in a display book. And it will get done by me on another day. So yeah, it's, breakdowns are great for like the the tidying up aspect, or the bulk of the tidying up, but I love putting my PaintGem minis in a display book as like my finale of the process. So that is the diamonds done and away. Yeah, I think I'm just going to give these a bit of a wipe with Goo Gone. So I have my lovely raggedy cloth that is actually a lint-free cloth, though it's looking rather mucky because it just lives on my shelf purely for Goo Gone. I've popped some Goo Gone on my cloth and I'm just using my finger to just wipe over each of the bottles, and it's really good at just getting rid of that last little bit of sticky residue, because when I kit up my next one, which of course will be Safari for this one, I want my storage to look pretty, which is why I'm going to try and clean the case. Like, it just makes me feel fresh painting, fresh storage. And then I wipe over it with a piece of dry cloth. Oh, and try not to throw the bottles everywhere. And there we go. All my bottles, the light's shining on them funny, but they are all clean. My big filming lights are shining on them weird, but they are all now clean. I do, of course, before I can kit up the next one, I do need to pop those into a display book, which will be an upcoming video soon. And then, of course, I can get Safari into this one ready to do in the future. But for now, we are all dekitted. Thank you all so much for joining me and for watching this video, and I'll speak to you all again soon.